Y'all ready for Shontyce Vee? All right. Action.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hey, y'all. We here, girl.
Wow.
We here.
Assistant here just gave me a fan for my comfortability and it just died on me. She just gave it to me. Right.
Set you up.
Right. Vee, look where we are today.
Crazy.
Look where we are today. Who would have thought that when the Lord told Pastor Steph that he was going to bless us with a spin-off show from her show, that we would not only get through a full season 1,
yes,
but we will also be here airing live at the Breaking the Yoke Women's Conference in front of an actual live audience. And God says everything we do is in preparation for, he's not playing. We walked up here with some refreshing drinks.
Yes, we always got to make sure that we let it be known that anything on With All Due Respect with Shontyce Vee is always non-alcoholic.
0% alcohol-free zone, and whatever other verbiage we can look up and come up with. We have to make sure, thank you. We have to make sure because we've had our own struggles with the alcohol.
Absolutely.
And because we're millennials, you know, we watch a lot of the talk shows, The Real, The View, and they're sitting there with their fancy little mugs. I don't know. It's cute, but I don't want to drink out of no mug.
No, boring.
Right. Why should we have to do that? Why should we have to do that? And because we had one of our faithful viewers, one of our episodes, I believe it was episode 2, they weren't quite sure what we were drinking. So we really emphasized this segment called What's in Your Glass? What's in your glass? So Vee, what's in your glass?
Tonight we are drinking a blue lemon drop virgin. Once again, non-alcoholic, thanks to Sweet Tea, our mixologist today. She hooked us up with the blue virgin lemon drop drink for tonight.
Yes, and I have our mojito mocktail. So again, it still gets to look fancy. It has everything but the alcohol. And for those who work in the restaurant industry, like I did, it doesn't help your check average go up, but it helps for you to keep some sanity within the restaurant. Amen? Amen? Okay. So Vee, what are we talking about in the streets today?
It was crazy. Because when God said that we was doing the what are the streets saying, and to get rid of that, and I started looking, the streets were saying a whole. And it was very difficult to narrow it down, but God did. He narrowed it down to what he wanted to talk about today, and that is what I like to call losing your head. But it's real interesting what that actually means. So let's take a look at that video.
It started, I'd say now 3 years ago. It was my last year of high school. My mom does nails, just started off there, and she's done it for my whole life. And so it's kind of always been around me, and then nobody else does it. I don't really care what people have to say about it.
So every week it changes?
Every week it changes.
Oh, there's nothing wrong. I get manicures, man.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong.
I've
got to keep our hands fresh.
Gotta keep your hands fresh. This is where all the gold comes from.
I was gonna say, this hand right here, this arm is gonna take you a lot of places, so you gotta keep it looking good.
Listen, I've been on the road. I'm gonna do like this.
But we see a pop of color.
Yeah.
What was the impetus for it?
Expression.
Expression.
Yeah, expression. You know, I'm creative. I'm expressive. And there's so many ways to do that.
Your nails look better than mine.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
They do.
Don't do that.
So when are we getting the new manicure?
You know, I'm working on, I'm thinking about, I'm actually thinking about jumping into the nail line.
Oh, really?
World. I've been thinking about it. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I've been in it so long, and I'm like, you know what? It could be a good time, but I got some cool ideas that I'm exploring.
This is what the streets are saying. today that straight men are going and getting their nails done with the designs. Now, I've always said two things when it came to somebody I was dating. They can't have longer hair than me, and they can't have a bigger butt than me. Now I gotta add, their nails can't be better than mine. What are we doing? What is this? And the dresses, and the purses. This is absolutely...
Someone said pearls. The men be rocking the pearls. I'm sorry? Oh, girls, I'm sorry. That was so believable. That's sad, though. Pearls, right? All right, pearls.
Pearls, purses, dresses, skirts, and now the nails. What do you think, Shontyce?
I think we are in our last and evil days. I don't, because even when you said about your hair can't be longer than mine, your butt, we got to drop those standards nowadays because it's just there, okay? But now with the nail, I don't know if I can sit next to you and we both getting tips.
The nail salon, right?
Yeah, I don't know if we'll have any other dates after that. I don't know. Well, what do y'all think?
And if you missed it, that was a professional football player, Chris Brown, and all these men. The man in the dress is a rapper. All these men are straight. Mind you, all these men are straight. And this is what they're pushing now. It's not enough to where it started, Poetic Justice, and she talks about Tupac and his nails.
Right.
It's not enough to just have clean nails. But now we got the color going on and the design going on with the nails.
How many men in the room you think get their nails done?
How many men in the room get their nails done?
Only 2? And a millennial and a Gen Z? Right. Oh, wait, what's before millennials? Gen X? Okay, so Gen X. So a Gen X, a Gen Z, and a millennial. Okay. So do y'all get colors?
Oh, we're not colorful.
Why?
What about the ladies? For our single ladies out there, this is what y'all have to contend with. And once again, if I ain't never been happy to be married, I am happy now. But if you went on a date, or you met a guy, however you meet your man, and he show up with the nail polish, y'all accepting this?
No.
Colored nails, not clear.
Designed. They got the designs on them as well. They got the gel manicures going on.
That's clear. We're talking about color.
I'm questioning.
You're eating and leaving? So you're going to eat and look at the colored nails, it's not going to turn your stomach? Okay. So the Gen Z is able to tolerate it at the dinner table, but he ain't going to hear from her again. Okay. Gen X says she cannot. Gen X female says she cannot.
Millennials cannot.
No.
I'm speaking for millennials.
No.
We're not doing that.
It's jokes all day.
I don't got time for the jokes.
No. I do. I'm going to make a career out of this.
Nah.
And no, that is.
Attention being given. I'm not.
I don't know. I just might. Yes.
That person may fall, but they just don't understand. That's why if you have a time to decide, and that time it was like, no, you're not carrying the pocketbook with me, and you're not wearing female.
I'm not the one to. That's not my ministry. He gonna have to meet somebody before me. I don't, especially in that moment of you call yourself this. You're trying to talk to me. Or you're picking, because you can't pick me up and I've never seen you before. I've never done the blind date thing. So when you initially tried to talk to me, your nails were colored. We ain't getting past that. That's just not my ministry. Everyone has their calling. Maybe that's one of my struggles. Pastor Steph, write that down, please, along with the other one I put.
So we're calling it the struggle of losing our head because the Bible says the men are the head.
Ooh, I like that.
And we're losing our head because they trying to be too equal to us. They think that it's okay now for them to walk around with the nail polish, the dresses, the skirts. We ain't got no.
Wait, the what? The what? Hold on, I'm sorry. The what? I mean, yeah, but we talking about the one struggle at a time. See what I'm talking about? One struggle at a time. Because there's always something to talk about on the other side.
You know what I think the problem is? That women nowadays, especially for our age, they trying to get into the place of men too much. They trying to be too hard. Now they don't want to be in a committed relationship. Now they good with, being with everybody. And it's all good. Now the men fighting back.
This is how you fight back? This is how you show your dominance? This is how you show how you're supposed to be the head? Yes?
Role, yes. Role reversal. Yes.
The men are becoming more feminine.
Yes.
But if you come with your fingernails polished with color, your attention seeking and the reason is why and how come. Like, I don't understand it. Like,
because I can. Like the men in the video were saying, especially that first football player. I don't care what nobody got to say. Nobody else does this, and I don't care what nobody got to say.
how many young boys are following?
Exactly.
And he's a role model. Some young boys
Exactly.
now telling their mom, "Oh, I want to go get my fingernails polished."
I actually saw a video of a kid who went to school, and the teacher said, "Nail polish is for girls." So, as a response, the father took his son to the nail salon to go get his nails done so he can return to school and prove the teacher wrong. This is why it's called the struggle of losing our head. Because we ain't got the men to teach our little boys how to be men no more because they're too worried about being equal to us. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Following up with what are the streets saying, and that was also part of it. Get rid of that. We need to get rid of that. Talking about what we need to make sure we get rid of. If we don't, on our own, get rid of certain things, then as a whole, we will never rise as the people because we will just, as we said, just be following along or just succumbing to the silliness. So let's show what we need to get rid of.
Do you think you have to be friends with your mate in order for it to be successful?
I don't need a friend. It should be an attraction there. You don't have to be I got friends. I got you to call. I need you to be my man.
But you don't feel like your man ends up being your best friend?
No.
What?
That's you, Adrian.
There's no way. I feel really blessed because I've been in relationships before with men that were not my friends. Yeah. And I feel like the ones when we actually were friends always worked out better, specifically because I got to know them on a real level before getting to know them as someone that was pursuing me romantically. I don't want to meet the representative first.
The dilemma is, should we be friends first? Or should we just jump into these serious, intense relationships? And we need to get rid of these jacked up priorities. That's what we're getting rid of. Because friendship barely hits the top 3. So what do you think, Vee? Do you think it's important to start off as friends before you start pursuing a relationship?
Transparency moment. We've been married for 8 years, and we ain't started off as friends. I thought we did, but I ain't know what friends was. But we ain't start off as friends. And it comes with its challenges when you don't start off as friends. Because now you're married and you start realizing that what you are enjoying is type corny. And now I gotta get into this. And I don't really like the things you like. I ain't into the games, anime. And it causes a problem. So had we, started as friends first, I would have learned some things, you would have learned some things, and it would have started off on the right foot. So being a married woman who did not start off as friends first, let me tell you, start off as friends first. I agree.
All right, so I have a question, Vee. What made you think you guys were starting off as friends?
Because we didn't make things official right away. We hung out here and there, but we weren't officially boyfriend and girlfriend or dating. So you call them your friend, but y'all ain't doing friend things. But it's still your friend because you ain't asked me to be your girlfriend yet. So you was just my friend, but we wasn't really friends.
And that went with what I thought about, because my last serious relationship, I thought I was doing something, because I was like, okay, we're gonna date for like 3 months. And I even ran and told my mother, Mom made him wait 3 months. And she was like, that's something. And I was like, I thought I was doing something. But when I really analyzed 3 years later after the relationship ended, and I went all the way back to the beginning, like, what were we doing during those 3 months?
Exactly.
A whole lot of unfriendship things during those 3 months. A whole lot, which explained why everything was always so cockeyed and roller coaster and just crazy. So I actually did a quick survey of my own. I did not want to Google anything. I was like, I know some millennials. Not only do I know some millennials, I know some female and male millennials. Not only do I know some female and male millennials, I know some Christian and worldly millennials. So I actually broke a survey down, and the question I sent out was, is it important for a man and woman to develop a healthy friendship before dating each other? And on the Christian side, I had 90% say yes, and those were females. And the other 10% said no. I'm sorry, no. The other 10% was men who say yes. None of the Christian millennials I asked said no. You shouldn't be friends first. You should just jump into dating. Then the worldly millennials, I asked the same question. And we had 80% say yes, you should be friends first. And those were men. And the 20% were women who said yes. And then we had one male say no, one female say no. And they were both worldly. And the one male who said no immediately texted me back, LOL. And I'm like, okay, I already know what your answer is. But what's so funny about the question? The questions, and I have to go back and read what I said. Like, is it important for a man and woman to develop a healthy friendship before dating each other? I didn't know that came with a punchline, but okay. But they laughed, and then they said no. And then the one female said no. And then I asked another Christian female and worldly male, they both put emphasis on yes. Like, you better make sure. Then I asked another worldly guy, and he was all confused. Well, I don't know, because this relationship did this, and this relationship did that. And I'm like, I ain't asked for a thesis, but okay. But again, it kind of made sense when the results were coming in. So what do you think about these results?
So the Christian people say yes, it's important?
Yes.
More of the Christian people say yes, it's important?
None of the Christian people I asked said no. Okay. All of them said it's important to be friends first. Transparency moment. God told our pastor, Pastor Steph, back in 2018, God said, don't date. And the whole room went in an uproar with me as the ringleader. Because I was like, now, Jesus, you've been knowing me since the beginning. I've been dating since 13. What you mean, no dating? She's like, he said if he could break up these marriages, he would. And not that he couldn't, but he just felt it was very important to keep that intact and keep them striving and thriving and learning themselves and each other at the same time, which, yeah, so I was just like going off. And now every time I say or do something or someone else says and does something, I'm like, I get you. Because I'm a little remedial at times and he might act a little slow sometimes, or just the importance of what happens when we're not friends. It's a whole lot of sex. It's a whole lot of this, a whole lot of that. And that's where your focus is. That's where my focus is all the time. That's where your focus is. So now, like as you said, when things start to wind down, look at COVID. Oh my goodness. You saw how many people did not really like each other. During COVID, how many parents really just like their kids? How many husband and wives just like their spouse? Because it's like, I have to talk to you every day. I have to look at you every day. So when
being in a one bedroom, you
surely chose a studio apartment, or did you drug me? What happened? No, we need to get rid of messing up the priorities when it comes to friendships. Because I thought the same thing Majesty said. I said, look at how the one Christian woman sitting on the panel spoke versus the two worldly women. And not that she's perfect, because anyone who knows her husband knows he has his past struggles. Right. But just like all of us. But look at how even when I hear something like that, it's like, what? No, that doesn't sound right. So we need to really make sure. I don't know if there's any, well, the married couples, I know a few of the married couples in here. Did y'all start as friends?
No. I got married twice.
But look how the note came out.
No.
You didn't start as friends?
No.
Do you regret it?
Yes. No. And I regret this to my father. But I was obedient to my dad.
Friendships are important.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
So
I just open something, then after a while, stuff come up, underneath the table, a lot of stuff come up, and you say, oh wow, I really didn't know that. And that bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I got to know you as a person, then I can say, oh, okay, I can deal with it. So I can't deal with it.
for how long? Like how long?
I've been married 45 years.
We know you've been married for a while.
Amen. Amen.
I want that.
But a lot of things came up, a lot of things I didn't learn.
Yes, but they still remain married.
We separate, so we separate.
And then they got back together.
Because it was gone.
Amen. Amen.
Because
Amen.
up to me, ain't nothing happening, Captain. No.
So we wasn't friends when we got married, Sam and I, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we knew each other. We didn't know each other like we was having conversations.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm loving this
Right,
conversation.
right.
Thank you guys so much. We hope that you enjoyed our live segment of the
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Teresa and Mariah. Thank you, Pastor, for the opportunity. All right, enjoy the rest of the evening, guys.